In this episode of Getting to There, I had the pleasure to sit down with Antoine Mapp and Brandon Fleming from the Sixers Stixers, the official drumline of the Philadelphia 76ers. Antoine and Brandon are part of the West Powelton Steppers, born 25 years ago, and still today the tradition grows through parades, block parties, and drum master classes. The West Powelton Steppers give youth up and down the Eastern Seaboard the opportunity to learn that Philly sound and beat, as well as invaluable skills on and off the drums. So please enjoy this episode of Getting to There. Thank you for joining us. Today we have two phenomenal guys. They play the drums and they have a great story, and we're going to get right down to it. So I'm joined by Antoine Mapp and Brandon Fleming. Did you get that
yes,
right? All
yes,
right.
I did.
So tell me a little bit about your interest in starting a drum line for inner city kids. How old were you? Were you one of those inner city kids?
Well, I actually started when I was 11.
Okay.
The kids in the community was getting in trouble a lot. Our after school program, funding, music programs in school, everything was cut. We had nothing else to do but to be kids and ultimately get in trouble or find ourselves where we wrong place at the wrong time. In order for us to do any kind of sports activity outside of school or musical activity outside of school, we had to go 10 blocks down the bottom. Down the bottom starts from 39th Street down to 32nd Street. Well, we're from 40th Street and up. At that time, you wasn't allowed to go down there unless you lived down there. So if you went down there, just know you had to fight to get back from down there. But we wanted to play extracurricular activities. So a couple kids, which was some girls, went to my grandmother and asked her, can she start a drill team? She didn't know what a drill team was. So she asked a couple friends who had a drill team. They told her, well, basically it's a group of kids, girls and boys that actually march for causes, for AIDS awareness, peer pressure, bullying, violence, drugs, and so forth. So my grandma granted the little girl wishes and started a drill team. And that's when she got about 50 girls and they had about like 12 boys that played drums. But none of them played drums. I was actually one of the boys that actually, well, at first, she wouldn't even allow me to even get on the drum. She made me carry the flag. So I carried the American flag, and she tried to tell me how significant it was to lead the parade instead of being a drummer. You go ahead, you lead the parade, you represent America. I love America.
You can't pick up girls carrying
I
a
wanted
flag.
to play drums.
Yeah.
That was more cooler than carrying a
So
flag.
how did you convince your grandmom that you're going to be a drummer?
Well, we had to.
Does she know you're a drummer? I guess I should ask that.
I never went to school for playing drums. I didn't know how to play drums. The guy she had didn't know how to play drums. It was the fact that he played for his church, he played drum set, and he was her neighbor next door. He was about 16 at the time, him and his brother.
Okay.
And she could hear the drums coming through the wall. So she used to make him sit out front of her home while the girls practice steps, and he'll just play the drum set, different beats. Once he seen that there was more boys there, I convinced her. I said, listen, Nana, can we help him? Like, it's just him by himself. She's like, no, he okay by himself. So one day he couldn't come. The day he couldn't come, we took his drum set and broke it down and gave each little guy a part of the drum set, and the drum line was formed that day.
What happened to him?
Well, he's still in the picture. He's still around. We talk a lot, but he, got a life, a wife, kids, and he moved on doing little different things like that. But I talk to him every day. He follows on Facebook. He shares all our posts.
That's awesome.
And he constantly out trying to, find people to help sponsor us because we struggling so bad.
So when did Brandon join the party?
I say Brandon might have joined, 2006. But I'll let him, he can tell you.
I was going to say, he's right here.
Yeah, he can tell him.
Yeah, towards the end of 2006, 2007.
Okay. And were you a flag carrier, or did you go right to the drums?
No, I went right to the drums.
So he knew what he wanted.
He was lucky.
All right.
I was in charge by then.
Very lucky.
I was in charge by then.
So you knew it. All right. So how many drummers do you have? Like, how big's the line now? Where are the girls at? I mean, I got you guys. What happened to the girls?
It's about 15 of us, 15 drummers, and we have about 6 girls right now.
And how they all fit in the van?
Oh, man.
On top of each other.
You should have seen. So what's the day? Monday, Saturday, we just did performance at Renton Terminal.
Okay.
I had 12 drummers in the van with 12 drums.
Isn't that a Christmas song?
I think so. All I know is we were
drummers
sitting
drumming.
uncomfortable very uncomfortable.
And very safe too. It sounds like you were so packed up you couldn't move.
Yeah, it was super safe. I just hope none of their parents is watching this interview right now, because they might not be allowed to come with us no more.
How did you get hooked up with the 76ers?
Got a nice, unique story for you. Here it go. So one day, years back when Allen Iverson was playing, our drill team actually performed for the 76ers when Pat Croce was there.
Okay.
And he did a lot of stuff for the community, and he was letting community groups come in and perform at halftime. So once I got Brandon and them, I always share stories of things that we did. So I said to them one day, was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to get us to do a halftime at the Sixers, so you guys can get that experience that we did. So Xfinity Live was about to open, and we got called because we did something for Olive Garden one time, and the guy who ran Olive Garden was in charge of the whole project Xfinity. So he called us for 2 grand openings. They had a grand opening for the employees, season ticket holders, and everybody who wanted to go see, what is the singer name? Bruce Springsteen concert. So whoever had tickets was able to come inside and see Xfinity 2 days before it opened. Cool. So we performed inside there, and 2 days later, which was that Friday, they opened to the public. So they had the mayor and all the different politicians to come to the ribbon cutting. They asked us to come perform. So as we performed on the outside, we didn't know that the Philadelphia Eagles drum line was on the inside. So we outside.
Which one's a cooler gig, being on the outside with everybody or the inside with the cliquey people, like with the smaller group?
The outside, because we already did the inside on Wednesday. so it was cool.
Yeah.
So Swoop come out, the mascot come out first, and he see us, the drum line come behind him. So when he came out, he like gestured at us like, you guys want some, basically. So coming from where we come from, when you go like this,
you got to be ready.
That means you want more. So we said, oh, y'all want some? Strap up. So they got the owners of the Flyers out there, the Phillies, the Sixers, the Eagles.
You had like a drum off?
We had a drum off in front of Xfinity Live.
3 beats
awesome.
and 3.
I had this guy on the sideline who was just sitting there. I said, excuse me, sir, would you mind recording this? He was like, absolutely. And we had a drum off. They went first, then we went and we did it 3 times. And we destroyed them Bulls.
Nice.
Live on. So I put it on.
Would they say they destroyed you? Like, are you?
I mean, of course I'm biased. Of course. However, the Sixers, they told me that they was actually, so that year they had Temple Drumline in 2012 going into 13. So this is 2012 I'm talking about. So 2012 going into 13, they had Temple Drumline. They was called the Sixers Drumstick. That's what it was 6 guys from Temple. And they had a guy named Spanky, was a world famous drummer, which is also his cousin, but is a world famous drummer who go on tour playing for different artists. They even hired him to come work with them. Obviously, it didn't work out. They wasn't there. They did like 2 or 3 games. They didn't make it. The following season, they was looking for a drum line. They did so many auditions, and they must didn't find nobody. So one day, they happened to just scroll through YouTube trying to find drummers. They came across the drum off. So they called Xfinity Live and say, hey, we want to get those drummers to use. They said, oh, okay, well, it's the Eagles. We'll send the Eagles to you guys. He said, no, we don't want the Eagles. We want the guys that had the blue on. Who are they? She was like, oh, that's a regular small community group. He's like, get me their number.
That's awesome.
The rest of it's history.
But you don't have a cool name like Spanky.
I don't have a cool name.
We should come up with a cool name.
They call me Ant. Ant is great.
Aunt, uncle, I don't know. So is that the only time you played with the Eagles drumline?
Well, that's the only time I played against them now. So March 23rd.
That's my birthday.
Happy birthday. I think I sent you a
my
birthday
son's
shout out.
birthday.
March 20th. How'd you pick that name out or that date out of the air?
Because that was our first day of doing the Philadelphia Union game. We did a Philadelphia Union game a couple Saturdays ago.
Gotcha.
So the prior week, they had the Eagles drum line there. And they got a lot of bad reviews that they wasn't moving the crowd really wasn't feeling them. So they reached out to us and asked us to come do the game on the 23rd. We killed it. They come back to us and said, we actually want you guys to come back on April 6th and do another game.
Awesome.
So it'll be our second audition to try to get the game the rest of the season.
I think we need another drum off because you're throwing some shade against the Eagles right now. You're like, hey,
No,
he couldn't get the people to move.
Listen,
what?
Yes, he
I'm
is.
only
It's gonna
going
be fun.
off this. So, listen, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
All right,
I
just
love
saying.
them to death. I love the Eagles to death, and I have respect for the drum line. I love the drum line. I think what they do is amazing.
Are we gonna have
But-
a drum off between the three of us?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. I just think that the Eagles, I want to say thank you to the Philadelphia Eagles drum line because if it wasn't for those guys, I think we wouldn't be here today. Just because by our name being attached to the Philadelphia Eagles and how big the Eagles are,
Right.
people probably clicked on it because they saw the Philadelphia Eagles.
And then saw
and then they seen us. So now they just don't say West Powelton, they say the Sixers drum line. And the Sixers is just as big as the Eagles in the city.
So how young were you when you started this? What was you were,
11. I'm 39 now.
so how long are you gonna go? I'm gonna see you in a walker out there
To be honest with you,
playing with like a doing the triangle cowbell when your arthritis is all messed up.
I told Brandon this the other day because I do have a lot of pains. I got a lot of pain in my knee, my ankle, my shoulders, my neck,
Those
my
things
back.
look heavy. Those things look really heavy.
And I did. June 27th will be 28 straight years for me. And I never had a break, no vacation, no time off, no nothing. But I personally feel like if I didn't have this, Fred, and I'm be honest with you, I'd either be dead or I'd be in jail.
It's a great thing to have.
So I don't
You
want to
need
do
focus.
anything else, Fred.
That's awesome.
You know, and I hate the fact that I am getting older. I said to Brandon all the time, I wish this whole Sixer movement happened when I was 18. But God knows when it's supposed to happen. So I'm sitting here like, well, okay, I'm 39. How much more? I can say to myself I got 10 more years in myself playing.
You got more than that. You get.
I mean, I'm not going to stop the
keep 'em
team,
young.
but
We'll get you
I
like
don't,
an electronic drum pad that you don't even have to hit them hard. Just,
I'm kind of transitioning where Brandon and them do more of the playing,
Okay.
and I'm more like
Management?
Diddy. I'm more like P. Diddy.
See, you got it.
I'm out there dancing.
that
in
make
the,
him spanky?
I'm dancing in the background.
Dancing's going to be worse on your joints than the drums.
I got a drum on though, so my career is expanded a little longer
When
now.
I put that on, I'm putting my Apple Watch fitness thing on because that looks heavy.
I
So
guarantee
what's
you.
something that either of you resisted initially that ended up being a good thing?
I'm gonna let
Like
you
just in general.
go first.
Coming out of my shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
That
is you
was-
out of your shell?
Yeah. Not just that, it's just growing, coming out of my shell playing wise.
Cool.
I come from drum set, so I was a shy drummer. Come from sitting in the pocket.
Right, you could be hidden by
hitting,
your...
right.
Hide
so I
behind the
had to,
shells.
I'm out playing that drum, so.
That's awesome. So would you like the drum set more than the playing the one drum? Or if you had to do one
I like
thing,
to
which one
play
would it be?
drum set better, but I like to play with them because it's
Right, you're out there.
Yeah, it's out there, and I get to.
You can't walk a parade with a drum set unless you're pulling them.
Right.
It's not even that. It's I get to play with them, feed off their energy. They feed off my energy.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
How about you? What's something you initially resisted?
I was very shy, but
You already had that. You have to pick something
I know, but mine's a little different than his.
Right.
I ain't play drum set. And be honest with you, besides staying out of trouble, it was the girls. It was like 50 girls there. I wanted to see
They
who
like
it
drummers.
was. So I was sitting here like, so if I do this, I can get that. That's how I looked at it. So for me, but my fear was public speaking. Speaking in front of people, talking to people, that was my fear. But now that I perform in front of 20,000 people, night in and night out, I ain't afraid to talk to anybody. And I think that helped me build who I am as a person, as a man. And I spread that amongst the team. Because you had, like Brandon said, Brandon was very shy when he first came. Brandon barely talked.
Do you have any video of that? That'd be cool.
I had video of that. He barely
He's
talked.
barely talking in this interview, so he's, you know.
So
well, I'm gonna-
that's how Brandon is. So it's like I push Brandon more to be more vocal. I bring him to things like this so he can see the other side of it than just playing drums. I want him to see. I want him to become a better man. I want him to know so many different things than just playing drums. So I'm not just raising drummers. I'm raising men.
That's awesome. So if you were unexpectedly given an award, what would your friends and family just assume that you got the award for?
For the drill team.
Okay.
For putting so many years in and saving so many lives and changing mentalities from doing something negative to being positive every single day. So I think they will. I mean, I barely get awards. So if I did get an award, they'll be happy for like you really put that time in because I gave up everything for these guys. Like I just told B, driving up here today, I said, B, if this don't work out in 20 years and we don't make it to where we want to be, having our own building and having a funded program where everybody can get paid and we can do so much in the community, stuff like that, I'm going to be 60 years old working in a shop right bagging up groceries. Because I put, listen, if this was a good game, I'll put all in. I put everything all in. I got 4 kids at home and a mother I take care of. And I put everything all in the basket and I'm banking it on them.
That's why I have you here. Get the word out there.
Yes, sir.
So if you were going to get an award, what would your friends and family say? And you can't say drumline. You already said that. See, you wanted to go first next time. Now on to you.
Probably drumming though.
All right.
Not just drumming though, but taking it beyond what I thought it could be or what they thought it could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you still do those grand openings? And how would someone hire you if they wanted to have the coolest drumline? And
Well, our biggest to reach us always been word of mouth.
Okay.
Somebody seen us somewhere, they say, oh, call these guys. But to find us, you can find us at www.westpoweltondrummers.com. Or if you Google West Powelton, so many different things will come up. Our Facebook page,
Sure.
Which is West Powelton. Our Instagram, which is Sixers Stixers.
But you still do those grand openings?
We do everything. We just did a bar mitzvah for our first time.
Yeah.
How's that work?
That was beautiful. I
was
never,
fun.
I
That
didn't
was
know what a bar
Do the
mitzvah was.
Havana songs on the drums, or like how?
No, we marched the little guy
Let's
in.
do us.
That's
It
awesome.
said, it said, listen, we seen you at a Sixers game on the concourse performing for the fans. We want that at my son bar mitzvah.
Nice.
I said, no,
So
just
how long of a gig is it?
That was about 8 minutes.
Yeah,
we
it's
spent
not
more
long at
time
all.
traveling
To get there.
and unloading
Yeah, right.
versus performing.
Right.
But Fred, we done did bar mitzvahs, we done did funerals, weddings, birthday parties, sweet 16s, proms, baby showers, gender reveal parties. You name politician, people who are going to go vote, or you name it.
You'll do it.
Listen,
Do anything.
as long as they see, hey Fred, I'm gonna teach you something, Fred. As long as they CTC, people are asking, what does CTC
Right.
mean? You know what CTC
Show me
is?
the cash. Show me. Wait, what? CTC.
CTC.
Cut that check.
Cut that check.
You need to do cash.
You cut
A lot
that
less.
check, we there, Fred.
So if you were given a do-over, knowing that you wouldn't be where you are now without the trials and tribulations that got you here, but is there anything that you'd want to use your do-over for? And we're gonna make B go first, by the way, because you
Good.
have to jump on this. And
Good.
He's been watching you scramble in the deep end. He just waits, and you say drumline, he says drumline. So
Goes
you
on you,
first.
D. I'm
Goes
still
on you
here.
first. See, and I even learned his name.
No, I'm ready for this.
All right, you get a do-over. What are you gonna do over?
I would have joined earlier. Join earlier.
I like that.
He's kissing the boss's butt over
No,
here. I
no.
see this.
That's my little
would've
brother,
joined
man. You never
earlier.
got kissed my butt, man.
Because they helped me mold, but I also feel my impact on the squad.
Sure.
So I felt we could have gotten to where we are now, maybe a little bit ahead of time.
So how long did you know what they were doing and had the choice, and like what made you?
That's the crazy part. They live next door to me, my whole entire life.
Okay.
I never knew anything about. I know
So
them,
you could hear them, right?
but I didn't know anything about the drum line
That's awesome.
until I got to what grade was I in? Maybe 10th grade.
Okay.
And one of my friends around where we live at took me like, come on, why don't you come play drums? I'm like, oh, this is
At my house.
right. Okay, I didn't even know that. So
That is awesome.
yeah.
All right, your do-over. And don't say bringing him on sooner, because that's cheating.
To be honest with you, Fred, I think that's kind of a hard question for me. And the only reason why I'm saying is because
No, don't cry. I told you I was
I
gonna make
went
you
to
cry.
school to be an accountant, and that's what I've been doing the last 15 years of my life. But I never had a mentor. I always looked for a mentor. Every job I went to, it always seemed like they thought I was coming to take their job, so no one wanted to ever take the time
Right.
to mentor me. So I had to learn everything myself. Then my father not being in my life and even such at a young age, at 3 years old, it's like the thing I would do over is having a father figure in my life, just to mold me and say, son, yes, you are doing these things right, or son,
Right.
you're doing this wrong. It's like I constantly got to look in the mirror to know if I'm doing it right. I don't know, Fred. Be honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing when I get up every day.
Right.
But I know I got guys like Brandon depending on me to know what I'm doing. So it's so much added pressure on me. So the do-over for me is just to have a guidance in my life, just to say, okay, yeah, you should be doing this, or no, you shouldn't be doing this. But I wouldn't do anything over.
Okay.
Because I enjoy where we at. I enjoy what we do. I just wish we wasn't practicing in somebody's living room. Well, I want to get this message out here. I do want to say something that has been bothering me a whole lot.
Keep it clean.
I will. I always keep it clean. I just feel like, Fred, you know, I perform for so many people in power. And they always tell me X, Y, and Z, they're going to do X, Y, and Z for us. Mm-hmm. But we never get nothing. And practicing in someone's living room, our drums being kept in the basement, getting mold on it. Yes, the Sixers gave us a van, and I thank God every day for the van. But we still have to find a way to get the rest of the boys to places. Right. But I look at all these other organizations that say it for the community, getting all this funding, and don't do nothing for the community. Right. I look at all these politicians that say, oh, they're here for the community, and you see them in the community when it's time to vote. And you don't see them no more until election season. Well, we're there every single day, not knowing when we wake up and I go meet these guys, not knowing if I'm going to make it home that night. Right. Every single day. I've been trying to get us a building, and it's like now it's like I'm just selling these guys dreams. Yes, they see the stuff coming, like, okay, y'all the Sixers drummers, y'all the Union drummers, y'all doing X, Y, and Z. Yes, I'm trying to make it work with the resources that we have, but Fred, I don't know where else to lead them. Right. I don't know where else to go.
Well, I told you to get you on my show, and you're here. Amen. So, important question. Is that drum one of the moldy ones that you gave me? Like,
no, sir.
Are you giving me moldy drums?
I left the moldy drum home.
All right, thank you.
I ain't going to be embarrassed on TV.
I'm watching. There you go. So, what's something you don't give yourself enough credit for? I'll let you go first since we picked on B last time. Like something that you know no one really sees, or...
For all this that we got going on, taking something from nothing, right? And
they see the outcome. They, you know.
And that's where nobody sees that all these guys they all come from different backgrounds. They all got different personalities. They all got different things going on. And no one sees how you put this whole piece together and bake it in the oven and make it and then put it out there to be sold. Nobody sees the behind the scenes. All everybody see is when we hit the floor, like, these guys are amazing, they're great. They don't know that I can't get this guy to come to practice, and this guy to come to practice, and I don't know when this guy gonna come to performance. I don't know who's gonna show up that day. Right. And then me and him sitting in the house like, damn, B, it's just me and you today. And we sitting like, oh my God, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? But all you see is the finished project. Right. That's all you see.
So, if you have a show to do, and you don't feel like doing it, how do you got to do a show? Right. How do you get back into that state? Like, what gets you to be on? Because you know when you're in front of 22,000 people, you can't half-ass it.
The fact that I'm coming to chill with my brothers, makes me get up and go.
So what's something you're working on now? Is the Sixers keeping you busy? Is it the bar mitzvahs giving you, like, what's the bigger, anything in the future?
Evolving.
Well, I'm talking. Go ahead, you go first, B.
Taking it beyond just drumming.
All right. What is beyond just the course, like
theatrical,
teaching and
theatrical?
Do you see yourself like being a place where you can charge the kids to come learn and get them off the streets, and not a daycare, but a place that
I don't want to charge.
Okay.
However, I do want to provide memberships. Like, for me, what I'm working on now is to get us our own building. We're trying to start a program called ABLE. ABLE is called Association of Brotherly Love and Empowerment. And what we do is we'll take kids from any community and we'll go down to a different community. We'll clean a block up, we'll clean a rec center up, whatever. Right. And we entertain while we're doing it. While we got everybody's attention, we take them back to our building and we offer them with 26 different skill trainings where they can receive a certificate in 9 days, either a certificate in doing carpentry, plumbing, you name it, financial advising, accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, building computers. They can either go to college for their education or go start their own business. That's the goal. Drumming is a part of it. Yes, we're teaching the drums and entertainment. And if you want to make music, we have producers and stuff like that. But that's my bigger goal, my bigger dream is to save how many lives and actually teach them different skills besides drumming. Drumming help you discipline, it help you with teamwork, it help you with, getting focused and working hard and working as a team. And you know, drumming is also an individual sport. So it's giving you all those things in one that you can apply to your life. That's the bigger goal. We're just using our platform, performing at different places to get people to see us and say, I want my kid a part of that. Or can you come teach these kids here? Or
That's awesome.
That's the bigger goal. We just using what we got to get there.
What he said? Is that what you're going to say?
No. I actually want to take this, put it on a map, put like inner city drill teams, not like just school drill teams.
Right.
Like that's the more known drill team, like drill team. I actually want to put this on the map, like show them that like there are people out here who play drums, don't know how to read music, they didn't go to school for this, but we do know how to make music,
right? The
same way you guys can. So
let me pick back off Brandon real quick. Yeah. It's on the same topic. For example, 2017, Drumline, the movie, they have a play. It went to the Merriam Theaters downtown, and they had a contest they was running for looking for the best drumline to crown them Drumline of the Year, and it went by votes. So they had all the college bands, all the high school bands. So when they said Drumline in Philadelphia, we did Drumline in Philadelphia, but they don't look at it like that because we're not affiliated with no school.
Right.
So we just, to them, we're just a bunch of guys who play drums. So they tried to disqualify me when I entered us into the competition. They didn't say anything until we won. So we beat out Cherry Hill East High School. They got a booster program. They got so many funds. They got a big school, and we beat them out. They called me and told me we were disqualified. So I called the news. I called the rap. I made a whole big thing about this. They made us co-winners.
So who's going to play you in the movie? This sounds like an awesome movie. Can I play myself in the movie?
We definitely need you in the movie.
For Michael J. Fox.
And the reason why I brought that up, and we definitely, did I tell you that? Listen, I told that coming up, Fred. I said, B.
Own it.
I said, Fred, I think you pay it back in the future, bro. So I brought that up to piggyback off of Brandon is because it's like, it's 100 drill teams in the city of Philadelphia, and no one knows about us. Right. When you think of marching band, you instantly go to high school and you instantly go to college. Right. And a lot of these kids, be honest with you, if we don't have people like ourselves push these guys to go to college, they not even looking to go to college. Right. So they won't even know about that aspect. So we give them this aspect and say, okay, listen, you don't have to sell drugs out here making babies and stuff like that. There's so many other things out here. Like when I pulled up outside and I said, B, this is how we should be living. You know what I mean? And that's one of our goals and dreams, to take everybody from where we at to be out here so we can be able to not have to worry about, I ain't lock my door outside. If I was at home, I'm locking. I got the club, I got the alarm, I got the camera watching this bed. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just different. And I don't know, man, Fred. I'm just to the point where I don't know. I just gonna keep fighting every single day until
jump and find the net. And you believe, which is once you believe, everyone else, Yeah. And that you inspired me to have you on, to get your sign out there, your story out there. So who's your favorite drummer? Do you have a favorite drummer? Is your favorite band? I know you don't steal drumline stuff from anybody, but who's your?
I don't have one.
Who's your favorite band?
You're gonna laugh because they don't play music, but only Jodeci.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Hey, not judgment-free zone here. Bro.
I like Jodeci. Casey and JoJo sing. Dalvin play the drums. Devontae do all the music. And that's my favorite group. They help me through bad times. They help me through good times.
With a straight face, I'm going to pretend like I know who you're talking about. I have no idea who you're talking about.
So you heard of All My Life? All My Life.
I just want to get you to sing. I just want to get you to sing.
Someone like you.
Fell for it.
That's Casey and JoJo.
Who's your favorite band? For a drummer, do you have a drummer that inspires you? I'm really fishing for Phil Collins here. I'm trying to get you guys
I like
to
Phil
sing.
Collins,
There
but
you
anybody
go.
who plays real
Phil
music,
Collins, I do, but
I like
now he's
real
old.
music.
He actually my favorite.
Wow.
I like Phil Collins. Don't get it wrong. I love drummers that go off on the songs, like Questlove, like he go off, like you said, Phil Collins.
Yeah.
The drummer from Led Zeppelin. Oh my God, he's amazing.
Yeah.
So I do love other drummers. I'm just not a drum set drummer like Brandon for me to be like, oh, boy in the pocket. I don't
You
know
walked all over his answer. He didn't even answer yet.
But I don't know what in the pocket mean. He always talking about, I'll play in the pocket. I said, what the hell is in the pocket? What does that mean?
You know when you're in the pocket. Who's your favorite drummer?
Anybody,
who's your favorite band?
Anybody who play real music.
Okay.
I don't
So,
really like.
What's
a
on
whole
your
bunch
iPad
of rolling.
or your iPod? Like what music? If I already hit.
I like
shuffle,
a
what
lot
would
of jazz.
All right.
Yeah,
I get
and
you
a lot
jazz.
of jazz drummers. Yeah,
All right.
jazz.
And who's on your
salsa.
If I got your iPod out and hit shuffle, what would come out?
Jodeci,
Okay.
probably some 50 Cent. I can't say the other guy's name right now because he's going through some stuff, so I gotta take him off my iPod.
Can we tell them
I'm more-
off the record? Can you? I think I.
Yes.
There's like 2 people I can guess.
I'm more of a soulful type guy. Like, I played in a jazz band for 4 years. I play alto sax.
I
So
was gonna say you didn't play a drum set. How do you play in a jazz band?
I played the alto sax.
Look at you, multi-man.
So I love
Renaissance
jazz, but I'm more of a soulful choir type, background type singers. I'm not really into this rap that's out here now. Like I'll listen to it for the hot beats and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't know what they're saying. So if I can't relate to you or understand what you're saying, and it don't have an impact on my life, then I don't like you. But I like gospel. I like a lot of gospel.
Cool.
Because that's where I'm older now. So I'm at a point
You're
where
not that old. You're making me feel old. I'm not that old.
no, I'm just mean
not
like 39.
I don't see any chrome. Maybe a little bit there. All right. Okay, I see some chrome.
39 in the community
Still
is
under
about
40?
59 in the community because we don't make it over 18, sir. So getting to
We
39.
gotta get you out here in the country.
Yes, I'm trying to get out here.
All right.
I'm trying, Fred. That's the goal.
5 words or less. Describe yourself.
Wow.
Evolving.
Okay, that's 1. That's it.
Yep.
I like it. Me short and sweet. Kind of like me. You short.
I'm long-winded, sir. I'm sorry.
You only get. That's why I said 5. I wasn't. worried
I'll
about
say
him. I'm gonna ding it off while we're doing it.
passionate,
Okay. It's the most he's laughed all day.
disciplined, dedicated, hardworking.
One more left.
and
Make it count.
I say a great leader
That's
because
more
I'm
than- I'm
a
gonna give it to you. That's more than 1 word.
because I'm a leader that can be led.
Cool.
That's what makes a great leader.
Nice. So, the question I like to ask as the end of these is, what's a question you want to answer that no one ever asks? And how's that for a deep question?
How hard is it to do what you're doing to keep these guys together?
Right.
That's probably, or what do you have to go through
To get
in order to get here?
getting to there. All right.
That's what. That's
Tied
what.
right back in.
Yeah.
How about yourself? What's a question you'd want someone to
Why?
ask you, but no one ever does, but you're ready to give an answer?
Sheesh. Why aren't we bigger?
Okay.
Facts.
So why aren't you bigger? You need
It's
to
a
find the
lot-
right
it's-
people.
It's a lot of reasons.
We
get
need
you
the
to
right
people.
team around us right now.
You need money, you need space. So if you were to find a building, would you put it where you are or put it where you want to be? Meaning, would you stay in the area that you're concerned about walking home at night, or would you put it somewhere else? Because it kind of, I could see both sides of that.
To be honest, at this point, by us being in our 28th year and we still have nowhere to go, I'll go anywhere now.
You'll go anywhere with a building.
But preferably, I wish it was in our community.
Right, to be
But-
that light.
Yes, but if it's outside the community and I had to bring people there, then I'm getting to there.
A building over there. A building over there is better than no building at all, right?
Facts.
That's awesome. So I want to thank you both for joining us. We are going to
Thank you.
clean up the chairs.
Yes,
We're
sir.
going to play some drums.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Play some drums.
Let's go. You
All
ready
right,
for this?
we'll be back after some movie magic. Thanks. All right, we got a bonus section of Getting to There, Fred Hubler. We're going to play some music. Take us away.
So this beat we're gonna play right here is called 06 Gym Beat. And the reason why we call it 06 Gym Beat because we was in some gym in 2006 and that's when we made it up.
That's awesome.
So basically what we're gonna do is we understand you play drums, Fred.
A little bit.
And so we got no music sheets. I don't know how to read no music.
We've never done this before.
And we never done it before.
Together, we have done
So
it before.
we're gonna freestyle. The beat's called 06. And we're gonna let you put a little something in it.
All right,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Over here, y'all.
right, so you guys hiring?